All right, Matt. Another week. The Cleveland Browns. We're back, and we are 0-1.
Not that big of a deal. 0-1 is nothing to worry about, right?
It's only one loss.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
It feels like 6-8, but hey, we're 0-1.
Yeah. 6-8. Right? That's not even to last year's level. I got to get your take on something here, Nikki. Ian Rappaport reported that the Browns are leaning towards retaining Freddie Kitchens, quote, barring a horrific collapse. Based on what we saw on the field yesterday in Arizona, did that qualify? Is that the horrific collapse we need to get a new coach?
That was a collapse. Certainly not the horrific collapse, but I believe it's the start of it. It's the tip of the iceberg. Wait till next week. I think we'll see a little bit more of it.
Right. It may have been the spark that lights the dumpster fire that once again we've seen every year. All right. Yeah, that's because this is Cleveland, Nikki. We're always looking for something eternally optimistic here. Are there any bright spots to the season? I think of one. What can this team build on? What do we need to look at here?
Well, I think we just need to take a minute to appreciate Nick Chubb. I think it's the running back we've been waiting for. He's a quiet player. He hands the ball to the ref after he scores like he's been there before. The kind of like the guy, the running back of myth, I feel like. And we've talked about this character over a very Barry Sanders-esque sort of player. He just wants to win. There's that video of OBJ coming up to Nick Chubb. He's like, I want a touchdown. Nick Chubb says, I want to win. And that's the kind of running back we don't deserve. Currently the league leader, league rusher. Last week, only 17 carries, 15% of the offensive snaps, 17 carries, but 127 yards with 7.5 yards per carry, 3 catches, 21 rushing yards.
His big playability alone is saving the Browns in spite of themselves. They don't use him in the Fred zone. They don't use him like down near the goal line. But if he wasn't able to rip off 33-yard runs, they'd have really nothing to show for it. We'd be in a bad way.
And at all costs, we need to keep – obviously we have him. We need to keep him and Kareem Hunt together. That's our future of our offense.
All hail Nick Chubb. Sorry, Nick.
Well, hey, it sounds like we both see this not ending well for Coach Freddie Kitchens. Let's get back to replacement.
Back on the coaching carousel. Okay, then, Nikki, who you got this week? Then who's going to save the team? Go ahead.
I've got a new one. I know last week I talked about Steve Belichick, but I have the hottest take, the hottest coaching take out there. And
Spitfire, my son.
It's Bill Belichick. Now hear me out. Both Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are looking to finish their career with winning without the other one. So one of them can solidify their legacy as, look, I've done it without the other. I think both of their egos are that ridiculous that they need that to happen for each of them. I don't see Tom Brady playing with the New England Patriots next year. 1, because of what I just said. 2, because he sold his house. And I think this might be an opportunity for Bill to sunset his career with the Cleveland Browns.
Are you trying to sell our show? Are you trying to sell our show to InfoWars or some other conspiracy platform like this?
This is not fake
outrageous.
This is
outrageous.
This is a plausible scenario. I have it's not that plausible because I have no ideas about the details of Bill Belichick's contract.
Psyche.
Which, who knows? Sportz Guyz doesn't need to know. The point is, it is a scenario where I could see this happen. He comes back to Cleveland. The same with LeBron. Like, where's coming back from Miami? Like, where's the place to be the hardest to win? What cements your legacy? Not that he needs the cementing, but he comes back, and even though these players might not be Bill Belichick role player guys, he comes back. He doesn't need to earn the trust. He's Bill Belichick. I think with just Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb alone is enough to bring him to Cleveland and win that Super Bowl.
Yes, because Bill Belichick has so much to prove. He would rather come deal with this, whatever you want to call it, in Cleveland. I just that's the most insane thing I've ever heard, Nikki. I'm sorry, I can't take that in any realm.
So you're saying he's holding a grudge against the Cleveland Browns fans.
You're right. He would come back. That's right. And then I think he would demand complete and total control over all the personnel, which they would readily give him. And then we would have another 0-16 season on our hands out of spite. And then he retires and walks off into the sunset, leaving just a steaming pile of Cleveland behind him. That's
and
possible.
I think there might even be an interesting scenario where his son grew up in Cleveland, probably thinks of it fondly. Maybe there's sort of this trade-off, heir apparent. Steve Belichick takes it over after Bill builds it for him. I love it. I love it. Look out, everyone. There's a new sandwich in town, and this sandwich is bringing the fire. Your local Tudor's Biscuit World has brought you some of your favorite flavors in between their world-famous biscuits, but this time we're serving it out. We're serving it hot on a bun. Yes, that's right. We're talking about the new hot bologna sandwich. That's one thick sliced piece of bologna topped with lettuce, onion, and our special hot sauce served between our home-baked brioche. Get to your local Tudor's and check it out while it's hot. Tudor's Biscuit World, the best biscuits in the world. You can bet your biscuits on it.
Delicious. All right. Hey, Nikki, I've had a thought about the team. So many things have gone sideways with the Browns this year. It occurred to me that it might not just be incompetent coaching, poor play, overconfident players, and general inaptitude. I'm starting to think the Browns are they're cursed. Something is deeply wrong with this team. And this was first brought up by our friend of the program, Terry Pluto, the last sports reporter in Cleveland, who's mentioned that there's something so deeply wrong with Browns that we need to take extreme measures to deal with it. I don't know if the new stadium was built on a Chief Wahoo burial site, if they violated some cosmic law, but it can't plausibly mathematically be this bad that they've had, what was it, 2 winning seasons since they've been reconstituted? Anyway,
correct.
I think the answer here is you got to fight fire with fire. So I'm changing my coaching take here. Are you ready for this? You ready for this?
Yes.
You know who the answer is that's going to save the Browns? You got to fight crazy evil with crazy evil, and that's why the Browns need to bring back Greg Williams.
Oh, my gosh. Greg Williams.
Do it. Yes. The warden is the only one who can bring this asylum to heal. There's no other option here. The only reason they took off last year was because it was chaos from the beginning, and then good old Greg came in and settled it down. We had some semblance of professionalism, and lo and behold, finished the season strong. Then, the Browns got ahead of themselves, let them go, thought all was fixed, and here we are again. Dumpster fire. Greg Williams is the man with the extinguisher.
That sounds to me, I like it. It's different. I like it on that level, but I just feel like it's another. We thought Freddie was some great coach because of last year. We thought Greg Williams might have been some great coach.
He never got the chance.
Fresh.
We need to go on bended knee, begging apology.
If you think about it, both of them are just the remnants of Hugh Jackson. We need to truly cleanse ourselves of Hugh Jackson and whatever the hell was going on there last year, continued to this year.
Anything short of sacrifice, whatever they have to do. Pour chicken blood across the stadium. This is something is wrong here, and it's really a malevolent spirit. Chicken blood?
Yes.
Well, Nikki saw some more unusual, if not successful, call playing inside the Fred zone. The Browns continued to throw the ball and did, however, despite themselves, get some production out of the tight end position with Ricky Seals-Jones acquiring 2 more touchdowns in the thing. So have you been happy with the tight end position? We saw David Njoku, surprise scratch. I'd like to know what that's about. But what's the future of tight end for the Browns?
I don't think it's with any of the current players. I mean, I really don't. I think we need to get back to the basics. We need a Gary or a Steve. Reliability sometimes is just in the name in the tight end position. We need a block catcher. A blocking tight end, pass catcher, like your Gary Barnage, your Steve Hyde, and the reliable over-the-middle guy that Baker hasn't had. I mean, it's great. Seals-Jones-Croft is doing it.
Steven Carlson?
Steven Carlson has the right name. There might be something there. I really think we need to look into the 2020 draft and look for a Gary, maybe draft a Gary. Have you looked into who are some of the prospects? Who are some of the tight end prospects in 2020? You're the draft guy.
I am here at the Sportz Guyz Draft Center. The tight end position is featuring a couple Jareds I've got in the top 10, including Jared Rice from Fresno State. No, that's not good for you?
No.
What about
Are you seeing any Garys?
Albert? I got no Gary. I got a Matt, and I got there's a great one. That guy will work for you, no doubt. How about an Albert? Is that useful?
Albert, I mean, the Albert's a prospect. I mean, that's a pretty good name. It's not a Gary.
It's Albert.
Gary.
Well, what about if it's Albert Okwuegbunam from Missouri? He's the top-rated tight end prospect. That sounds reliable. I get your point about Gary. What about?
Here's my point about Gary is this: Gary's gonna, he's gonna pick up your mail. He's gonna water your plants when you're out of town. He's gonna walk your dog. We need someone like that. We need a Gary.
You're not interested in a Bryson or another Kellen, perhaps?
Bryson sounds like a surfboard. Jordan gets concussed. Kellen's going to try to f*** your grandma. I think it's time for another Gary. All right. Shoreway Matt. It's another edition of Cleveland, the ghosts of Cleveland Browns past, or the blast from the past, Browns blast, whatever you want to call it. We're basically highlighting players that have moved on from Cleveland and are having a.
Where are they now? That's right. So, Nikki, my Brown blast from the past this week is Danny Shelton, defensive tackle for the New England Patriots. Yes.
I haven't followed. How's he doing? He's in New England.
Yeah, quite well. He had a bit of a rough struggle there last year, but he's settled into the starting lineup and been a stalwart of their defensive line. Let's see, yesterday he had 6 tackles, a wildly successful day. In exchange for Danny Shelton, the Browns received a 3rd-round pick. They also sent a 5th-round pick to New England, which turned into Cordell Patterson, still in the league. And also New England flipped that part of the pick for Braxton Berrios, still in the league. And the Browns, with their 3rd-rounder in return for Danny Shelton, sent it to the Giants as part of the OBJ package. So the Browns are currently showing, Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon, and Danny Shelton is really producing for New England and having a hell of a year. This was your Browns blast from the past, Danny Shelton.
Well, I mean, yeah, Shoreway Matt, that's something worth talking about. I would like to do that. We're talking about head coaching candidates. Let's talk about interim coach candidates. I've got
a realistic category. Okay.
What's the category?
Go on. No, it's a realistic category. Yeah, because we're going to need an interim coach. And who's your top candidate there, Nikki?
Mine is Mike Preifert. I mean, I feel like he's turned around the program in just 1 year. We have Jamie, the Scottish Hammer, potentially a Pro Bowl punter, rookie Pro Bowl punter. I mean, he gets his guys in line. It's the one dimension of the team that I feel like has improved incredibly from last year. Why not him? Why not? Who do you have?
Well, you say that because the special teams are the only halfway competent unit in this organization. In comparison, exactly. Yeah, Preifert looks like a genius. All right, well. Fair enough.
I wouldn't say a genius. I would say he's the best candidate for an interim coach with 2 games remaining.
Okay, good enough. I got you. I'll do you one better. You want to know who the interim coach should be?
I would. You better have some good.
Stump Mitchell. Stump Mitchell's been doing it all. Great name, Great beard. I'm sure he's a good guy, and he's also got the leading rusher in the NFL. Stump Mitchell shows he can get it done. Deserves a job. Stump for Stump.
Is he a better running backs coach? Is he better? You are stumping for Stump. Is he a better running back coach than Freddie Kitchens was with the Cleveland Browns?
That's a great question. Why don't we switch their positions and see what happens?
Fair enough.